Today I wanted to show you one of the most convincing, fooling controls that I know. I call it the double undercut 2.0. Now this tutorial isn't necessarily a trick in of itself, but it's a way to accomplish tricks. The reason why I call it the double undercut 2.0 is because it's an improved handling, or it's an improved version of what the double undercut looks like. So traditionally, how the double undercut works is a card is selected and buried into the deck like this. From there, the magician squares up the deck and just gives it a few cuts and a riffle shuffle. There is nothing wrong with this, but my concern is that the audience sees their card getting buried into the deck and then the magician does a bunch of cuts. Why does he have to do a bunch of cuts? Why can't the mechanism of the double undercut be what buries their card into the deck, at least seemingly so? So this is what I've come up with, and then I'll go into a tutorial. Spectator just touches one card. Let's just say they touch this card. I ask them if they want to change their mind. They say no, they want to keep this one. I say okay, let me give you a quick peek at the card. And then from there I tell them to keep their attention on their card, and they're going to be able to see it get buried, but they'll be able to watch it until just the very last moment, and then now it is buried. Without any other moves, their chosen card is on top. This method reframes the double undercut move to be what actually buries their card into the deck, rather than burying their card and then doing the double undercut. So what happens is when they touch a card, I'm actually going to switch that card with the card just to the left of their card. So they touch this card, I ask them if they want to change their mind, they say no. What I'm doing is I'm gripping the card behind the card they touched with my second and third finger, and I'm gripping the card they touched with my thumb. When I pull my hand up, I'm actually pulling that card backwards. So in slow motion it looks like this. And then they get a peek at their card. And then when I pull my hand down, I just reverse that. So then I push that card back. So they think they looked at this card, but it's actually this card that they looked at, the card beside it. From there, I ask them to keep their attention on their card, and I square this pack up, keeping their attention on what they think is their card. Their card's actually here, but they think they peeked at this card. I place this card on top, square this whole thing up while keeping a break underneath where their card was, on top of where their card was. From there, I'm going to go into the normal double undercut move. But with the cards effectively switched, the double undercut is reframed as being what actually buries their card into the deck. And so I leave just a corner of their card peeking out, pulling off half of those bottom cards, and then the other half, and their chosen card actually here. And I'm actually putting all my attention on the corner of that card, and then I slowly square it up. From there, I can execute whatever I need to do, use this card in whatever way possible. They think their card is buried, but in actuality it's on top. Let me go through the process again, but really slow, describing what I'm doing. So I spread the cards to them, ask them just to touch one card, and I say, don't take it out, otherwise I might see it, and that's justification for why they don't take one card out. Let's say they touch this card, I ask them if they want to change their mind. While they're giving me their answer, I put my fingers underneath the second and third card and my thumb on top of the card they touched. I'm going to pull my hand up and switch the cards by just pulling my thumb back. They peek that identity of that card. I pull my hand down and push my thumb back out, switching the cards. Taking their card on top, what they think is their card on top, getting a pinky break underneath that second half of the pack. I'm going to peel off half of those cards, getting a thumb break on top of the card they actually peeked. I'm going to put all my attention on this corner so that their attention is on that corner. And they're going to see their card get buried into the very last moment. And bam. The double undercut 2.0 is complete. From there, I can manipulate this card in any way I need to. I hope you enjoyed this look at the double undercut 2.0. Please practice these moves and practice your wording and your scripting and your actions so that everything comes across smooth. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.